Hello and welcome, everybody. I'm Samuel Reese coming to you live on YouTube and Twitch. And it's the final day of the round of 16 at UEFA EURO 2020, and perhaps the most anticipated matchup of the round will kick off in a minute's time. England face off against Germany. It's a historic rivalry renewed from Wembley Stadium in London, England, with 50% capacity, 45,000 in attendance at the historic stadium. It's an exciting and tense atmosphere in the England's capital. As Danny Macaulay is the match official today from the Netherlands. It's Dutch and Spanish officiating crew for this one, as the captains Harry Kane and Manuel Neuer meet at midfield for the coin toss. And getting right into the starting lineups, first for the host England, it is a 3-4-3 formation from Gareth Southgate, matching Joachim Love's formation, as Jordan Pickford is in goal. Kyle Walker, Harry Maguire, and John Stones, the three at the back. The four in the midfield are Kieran Trippier, Calvin Phillips, Declan Rice, and Luke Shaw. And then the three up top, Bukayo Saka, the captain Harry Kane, and Raheem Sterling. Meanwhile, for Germany, who are led by head coach Jogi Löw, he, as he's done throughout the tournament, rolls out a 3-4-3 formation as well. It's Manuel Neuer in goal, the three at the back, Antonio Rudiger, Mats Hummels, and Matthias Ginter. The four in the midfield, Robin Gosens, Toni Kroos, Leon Goretzka, and Joshua Kimmich. And then the three up top, Thomas Müller, Timo Werner, and Kai Havertz. So Goretzka makes his first start for Germany in this tournament. And Bukayo Saka, after playing well in the final group game against the Czechs, he gets the start. No Jack Grealish or Jadon Sancho, however, in the English lineup. What's going on, Ben? And what's going on, Rohan? You guys ready for this one? And thank you, TG, for also stopping by, as we are ready to go from Wembley Stadium. Of 5 p.m. local time kickoff in London. Germany kickoff. We're underway. This should be fun. Timo Werner kicks off for Germany. They're in all black, attacking from left to right in this first half. England in all white, attacking from right to left in this first half. Yeah, I heard that the English fans did boo the German anthem. That's but obviously Ben is a good English fan. At least I think so. Ben's a cool English fan, but there are some English supporters that I can't stand, like you're saying, TG. Here is Joshua Kimmich of Bayern Munich. And now Matthias Ginter. Foul called. A little push from Thomas Müller on Harry Maguire. Historically speaking, these two teams have faced off in some big matchups in major tournaments. And typically, Germany has got the better of England. No, yeah, I know, TG, I know. Free kick for England here. Gareth Southgate, the manager for England, actually missed a penalty kick as England fell to Germany. I can't remember which year that was. But now, of course, Gareth Southgate, the manager of England, and looking for almighty revenge. This is now back to Jordan Pickford. Here's a long ball forward. Harry Kane was in pursuit, but it lands right to Manuel Neuer. 1996, thank you, TG. Yep, 96 World Cup, that's right. Yep, I was thinking sometime around then, 96 or 2000. But yeah, it was 96. Thank you for that, as here come Germany on the attack. This is played out wide into space. Joshua Kimmich is there. Kimmich looking to cross. Floated to the back post. And the head of Kyle Walker, able to clear that one out of danger. However, England do concede their first corner kick of the match. Not a bad service at all from Kimmich, as Pickford ran across his line, and Walker, in the end, was there to head it out. Toni Kroos with the in-swinging corner, and Walker once again there to head it away. This time it stays in play with Robin Gosens. Ahead for Kai Havertz. Driven ball cleared away once more by England. It will be a Germany throw-in on the far side. Yeah, absolutely, Rohan. Germany are looking hungry to score an early goal by the looks of the start from them. Mats Hummels. Now Rudiger. Germany, of course, were on the verge of not even advancing to the knockout stages. If it wasn't for Leon Goretzka's late equalizer against Hungary, Germany would have bowed out in the group stage. Now it's Timo Werner. Werner lost it, but now it's back out and a chance for Germany. But a comfortable save made by Jordan Pickford as the shot came from Leon Goretzka. Four minutes played in this much anticipated round of 16 encounter between two rivals. Historically speaking, this is Luke Shaw. Back to Maguire. Poor pass there as it's turned over by Kyle Walker. Held in the midfield by Kai Havertz. Havertz playing a ball out wide, but neither Gosens or Werner were making a run towards the corner flag. Now it's Bukayo Saka. Back it comes to Pickford, who settles with his chest. Rudiger wins the header. Germany once more back in possession. That's saved along the sideline. Back now with Mats Hummels. Why is Timo playing? I mean, I don't know, man. I will say Leroy Sané had a rough game against Hungary. So I don't really know, who else he'd put in there. It's not like Timo Werner's awful. I mean, I know he struggles to finish, and that's a problem. But at the same time, he can finish on occasion. Well, Germany will need him to finish tonight. That's stolen in the midfield by Toni Kroos. Havertz into Müller. Now Kroos again. Goretzka out wide. Germany with a majority of the possession early. This now sent back to Neuer. And that's over the head of Gosens. It will be a throw-in for England. This is the 7th round of 16 match, the last one later today. This is a great through ball, but Werner couldn't quite control that one, and Pickford is out of his box to clear. And now another chance for Germany. Leon Goretzka still going and eventually taken down. Germany pleading for a foul, and it will be called, and a yellow card is shown as well to Declan Rice. Yep, there's the challenge from Rice on Goretzka. Yep, there's no complaints to be had there from the English. So the first booking of the match comes just 8 minutes in. Declan Rice shown a yellow card. And here comes the German set piece. And this free kick, by the way, just from about a yard outside the box. Kroos, Goretzka, all standing around the ball, as well as Havertz. I don't know, Rohan. We'll see if this is a goal. It's certainly a good opportunity for Germany. There's no denying that. Looks like England have 6 players on the wall as the Dutch referee takes his time setting everything up. And now we're ready. 9 minutes in, and this could be a golden chance for the Germans. Germany are upset about something. It's tapped to Havertz, and the shot is driven into the wall. Now a cross comes in from Matthias Ginter, blocked by Sterling, out for a German throw-in. Yeah, it was Kroos to Goretzka who left it for Havertz, but by then the wall closed in, and Havertz couldn't find the target. Oh, you mean the guy behind the wall? Yeah, they've been doing that more and more in modern football. They have a guy laying down behind the wall just so when the wall jumps up, they have someone behind laying down to block a low shot in case they go low. It kind of looks silly, but I guess it's not the worst idea. I think that's what you're alluding to. This is now back with Luke Shaw. Header won by Germany. Now it's back with Raheem Sterling. A poor pass, though. And the sliding tackle from Matthias Ginter wins it back for Germany. Just over 10 minutes played. We're scoreless at Wembley Stadium. A bit of a dreary evening. It's been raining for the last few hours in London. No surprise, as Mats Hummels goes back to Manuel Neuer. This is, by the way, a landmark occasion for England. It's their 300th game at Wembley Stadium. Quite remarkable. As Ginter finds Havertz. Havertz looking to switch play, but that's beyond the head of Gosens. Of course, it's Jurgi Löw's last tournament in charge of Germany, so if Germany bow out today, this is his last game in charge of the German national team. Hansi Flick will take over after these Euros. Was that ball saved? Not quite, by Robin Gosens, who, of course, had that breakout game against Portugal. How did France lose? I have no idea, Rohan. I did not see that coming. Yesterday was just an insane day at the Euros. That was an awesome day at the Euros. Crazy, crazy stuff. I still can't believe Switzerland won. Here is Shaw. Now Declan Rice to Luke Shaw again. Now Walker down the right side. Bukayo Saka trying to get around Rudiger. But Rudiger, in the end, commits the foul. Free kick awarded to the English. Saka with a great turn around Kroos. And then just absorbed the contact here. Rudiger definitely went into Saka. He knew exactly what he was doing, in fact. And so a set piece from a dangerous area for England. Yeah, it's England's first real attack, isn't it? And the header by Maguire, away by Germany, and now back out to midfield. Pickford will receive the pass from Walker. I know, Rohan. Now it's John Stones. Stones out on the left side with Luke Shaw. Shaw back for Stones. Of course, England haven't really played pretty yet in this tournament. A pair of 1-0 victories with a 0-0 draw in between in the group stage. Enough to get them first place in the group, only to face the Germans in the round of 16. So England tend to play low-scoring affairs where they focus primarily on the defense. As Gosens heads it out. Despite, obviously, many of the 45,000 fans being English supporters with this game at Wembley, there are some German fans in attendance. Here's Bukayo Saka, marked by Rudiger. And off of Gosens, it will be another England throw-in as we reach the 15-minute mark in London. I just don't think England fans like Southgate because he makes some... I'm not really a big fan of him either. I don't know why England hired him in the first place. I think some of his decisions just don't make sense to me. And other English supporters, I think, would agree with that sentiment. I don't think he gets his tactics and lineup right most of the time. Here's Raheem Sterling from distance! And Neuer, Neuer makes the diving save. It'll be out for an English corner. And what a chance that was. Raheem Sterling, who has the only 2 goals for England this tournament, looking to curl that one in to the right corner. And Neuer reacted quick enough to make the diving stop. But maybe this could be a sign of things to come for England. Are they coming alive here? Here's the outswinging corner kick, headed by Maguire, but straight into the hands of Manuel Neuer. So it's going to be a tough header, that from Maguire. Quite a ways out. Just not enough pace on the effort. Exactly, Rohan. Neuer is Neuer. No one can change that. Yeah, he's a fantastic keeper. No one can argue with that. This is back with Pickford. 17th minute of play. We're scoreless at Wembley Stadium. Stones ahead for Calvin Phillips. Bit of a poor first touch. And now Saka commits the foul. A poor touch came from Trippier to turn it over. Here's Kroos. He gets clipped late. And Calvin Phillips will be whistled for the foul. The referee immediately making that call. And Germany quickly take the free kick. Out wide, it's Matthias Ginter. Ahead for Kai Havertz. Now Goretzka to Muller. Muller under pressure. And it's won by Maguire. Advantage played by the referee. And England could be in business. It's Raheem Sterling laying it off for Saka. Saka's pass intercepted. Harry Kane with the pressure. It's kept by Germany. Laid off to Kai Havertz. Now advantage played for the Germans. Muller looking to switch the point of attack, but that's too far wide for Timo Werner. And a throw-in awarded to England. Oh, my prediction? In my bracket I had England winning. So I have England winning. I was going back and forth with that decision, but I went with England. So I think it could easily go to extra time or penalty kicks. I know Germany historically have the upper hand on England in PKs, but I could very well see this one going the distance. And good afternoon, Michael. Thank you so much for tuning in. But yeah, I did pick England in the end, Rohan. So England were my pick. I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest, however, if Germany won. It's literally a coin toss for me. But I thought, England have home field advantage. I think they're capable of more than what they showed in the group stage. And Germany have just been a bit inconsistent. They can play very well, as we saw against Portugal. But then again, they had that poor performance against Hungary. As this comes back to Jordan Pickford. Calvin Phillips now. Into Kyle Walker. What do you mean, Rohan? I have England winning this game, but not the whole tournament. Not the whole. Although I had France winning the whole thing. So my bracket's just completely busted. So don't even listen to a thing I say now. I think all of our brackets are busted by now. And offsides is called. Germany playing a high line, and Kieran Trippier was just a step in front of the last defender. Let's see if the assistant referee got this one right. Yeah, it looks like it. No, I got you, Rohan. I got you. 20 minutes in the books from Wembley Stadium on a rainy night, or a rainy evening, I should say, in London, England. We're still scoreless as these historic rivals face off, with the winner moving on to the quarterfinals and the loser bowing out in not disappointing fashion, well, depending on how the game plays out perhaps, but definitely to the disappointment of their supporters, whichever team goes out. And obviously, it's pretty much a wide open tournament right now, with just crazy results in this round of 16 so far. What's going on, Bobby? What's going on? Yes, it is raining in England. Isn't that a shocker? Does England even have a summer? Yeah, right, Michael. I know. Nobody had France losing. Not even Swiss fans. That was just insane yesterday. Yeah, Xhaka leading the way for Switzerland. I'm not a huge fan of him in the Premier League. I think he's a hothead too much of the time. He makes some dumb decisions with Arsenal. But hey, I'll give him credit. I'll give that whole Switzerland team credit, because it's not like that was a fluke that they won. Yeah, I know, Bobby. It was insane how the Swiss came back. But hey, you got to give them full credit. All of their goals were nicely taken as well. And both teams were really perfect from the spot until Mbappe was denied by Sommer. A reminder that the round of 16 in the Euros concludes later today at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Sweden and Ukraine face off. And after that game, the quarterfinals will be set, all four of them. This is held by Declan Rice. Phillips back to Rice. Yeah, exactly. None of those goals were easy. There were some nice goals. And Goretzka commits the foul, taking down Saka. Do I think Southgate is a tactical genius? No, I do not. I do not. I think he's a mediocre manager. I was just surprised when he got the job in the first place. But after that Sam Allardyce drama, he was only the manager for like, what, 2 months, 60 days? Here's an England free kick midway through the first half. And it's delivered by Walker. The leaping header sent across the box. And now Germany settle. This is back to Neuer, who immediately clears. Header won by England, and Neuer was out of position at that moment in time, but Saka couldn't quite get to the ball before it was sent back to England's half by the Germans. Yeah, he's scared to lose, yeah. Here's Calvin Phillips. It's safe to say the winner of this game could very well have a good shot at making it all the way to the final based on how the bracket's playing out. Wembley Stadium will be the host of the semifinals and the final, remember, and there will be 75% capacity allowed for those matches, which will be 60,000. This is the first game with 45,000 allowed to attend at 50%. About around 50% capacity as Luke Shaw goes down and a whistle goes against Matthias Ginter. Free kick to England. They've had a couple of set pieces in the attacking third so far. And yeah, there's the tug of the shirt from Ginter. You can't have too many complaints there, and now a yellow card is shown to the fullback. Second booking of the game. First one was to Declan Rice, and now Matthias Ginter in the referee's book. 25 minutes played as we await the breakthrough goal. Neuer will set up his two-man wall. A great atmosphere, a tense atmosphere inside Wembley. And it's both Luke Shaw and Kieran Trippier standing over the set piece. Trippier delivers. Headed into the air by Kimmich. And was it punched away in time by Neuer? Not quite. That ball did go over the end line. So a corner kick awarded to the English. It was a real good delivery from Trippier. Put it into a dangerous area, and Kimmich did well to get to that ball first. The flicked on header. Yeah, I understand, Ben. I know there's a lot of history, obviously. But at the same, yeah, as you say, you shouldn't be booing someone's national anthem. Here's England, crossed in, Maguire heads it wide. He took a big hit afterwards as well. Gareth Southgate applauding his side's efforts. It was Calvin Phillips playing it out wide. And then it was once again Trippier with a good service, this time from the right wing. And Maguire had a good chance, couldn't put it on frame. What's going on, Fernando? Welcome into the broadcast. England will win, you say. All right, we'll see about that. You seem confident in that statement. We'll see. Appreciate you tuning in, man. Here's Raheem Sterling. Sterling putting on a clinic here, but Hummel's able to break it up. And now Shaw's cross is intercepted, taken the other way by the Germans. Here's Joshua Kimmich. Kimmich back to Mats Hummels. One back in the midfield by Bukayo Saka. Back it comes for Jordan Pickford. Walker. Couldn't find Kane. Fernando spoke the truth. I know you'll be hoping so, Ben, as this direct ball in the air is cut out by John Stones. Ben Chilwell and Mason Mount, I should mention, still both in isolation after their close contact with Billy Gilmore, who tested positive for COVID. So those two are still waiting to be cleared. A bit unfortunate for them, obviously. They could be back for the quarterfinals. In fact, I think they will be if England can qualify to the next round. A free kick has actually been awarded to the English. Settled by Kyle Walker. Back it comes to Stones. Over to his club rival, Harry Maguire. But, of course, teammates at the international stage. Sterling, back to Maguire. And now across the pitch, it comes to Kyle Walker. Saka and Kane not on the same page. And now Leon Goretzka has space through the middle. Goretzka will find Joshua Kimmich. Kimmich floats one over the middle. Header won by Stones. And now Phillips out wide. It's saved by Sterling. That ball remained in play. Sterling with a fake. Now back onto his right. Floats one in. Headed to the edge of the penalty area. And unable to settle was Declan Rice. It's now back with Manuel Neuer. Half an hour exactly played in this one. And a foul committed by Luke Shaw. Free kick to the Germans. Yeah, TG, not much has happened, to be honest with you. England did have one good chance. Raheem Sterling had a pretty good shot from outside the box, and Neuer made a diving save. Outside of that, there's really been no other clear-cut chances for either side. There's been some half chances. England have had a few more opportunities, but yeah, not much to really talk about so far through the first 30 minutes, in all honesty. Yeah, I understand. I understand, Ben. Here is Kimmich on the right wing. Kimmich floats one in. It's just beyond the reach of Robin Gosens. A dangerous ball from Joshua Kimmich. But in the end, it goes all the way through and out for a goal kick. Not a bad idea at all from the Bayern Munich star. Kimmich, of course, the catalyst in the midfield for Bayern and Germany. Oh, you're a Germany fan? I did not even know that, Rohan. Okay, here is Werner. He's in on goal and closing down the angle and making the stop is Jordan Pickford. A real good chance that for the Germans. As Kai Havertz played through Timo Werner. But a good job by Pickford, who came off his line immediately. Now, I'm not a fan of either of these teams, but I have to watch this. I'm just a big, well, I'll call it football because most of my audience is international. I'm a big soccer/football fan in general. So for competitions like these, the Euros, the World Cup, I watch any match pretty much, even if it's teams I don't care about, especially if a big game like this. I just have to watch if I can, as this is back with Harry Maguire. Now Stones into Phillips, back to John Stones. A dozen minutes to play in the first half. And it's a scoreless game between England and Germany from Wembley. Header won, and now Germany will win it back. This is now settled by Robin Gosens. Leon Goretzka to Antonio Rudiger. I know, TG, but I'm American, so that's what we call it. I know it's silly how we call it that, but I do have some American, people tuning in. So that's what we call it here. Well, I appreciate you listening to the stream, Ben, as Kimmich was in. However, he was in an offside position. Well, I appreciate that, Rohan. Going back to that Timo Werner chance, that's just a real good save from Pickford. It nearly went through his legs. And you could argue Werner should have done a better job in the end. So look at the stats. The possession 52 to 48% in favor of England. Total attempts 3 apiece, and attempts on target 2 apiece. So about even so far. Looking at those statistics, and by the way this game has played out so far, it sounds about right. This is held by John Stones. Phillips back to Stones. Now Maguire. No, I'm not bored. I'm not bored at all. This game just needs a spark. As this comes off of Kai Havertz, throwing to England. No, it's not looking like that, Michael. Unfortunately, it's not looking like we're going to have another 8-goal match like we did yesterday. That was crazy. Yesterday was just brilliant. First that Croatia-Spain game, and then France-Switzerland. Couldn't have really asked for a better day in the Euros unless you're a Croatian or French supporter. You might have something to say about that. Here's Kyle Walker. Now John Stones. Stones edge of the box. Great slide tackle by Toni Kroos. However, England are back in possession on the far side of the pitch. Bukayo Saka. Now played through to Calvin Phillips. Phillips looking for Kane. That was blocked. And a great sliding effort to prevent a corner kick by Leon Goretzka. Instead, it's a quick throw and taken by the English. Phillips cuts it back, but the pass is off target to Saka, and Germany can break. This is Kai Havertz with pace. He'll now seek support off of Phillips. Yeah, I could definitely see that as well, TG. I could see that as well. Yep. Yeah, Southgate is a defensive coach first. I tend to agree. A reminder that the quarterfinals of the Euros get started on Friday at noon Eastern Time. It will be Spain against Switzerland. Many expected a Spain-France quarterfinal, but nope, Spain-Switzerland will be the first quarterfinal of the Euros on Friday. Tomorrow and Thursday are days off at the Euros. Yeah, I know, TG. It really did. That Pogba goal uh, seemed to be the nail in the coffin. Yeah, that seemed, and I think France thought, by the way they just dozed off after that and collapsed. I think after that Pogba goal, they too thought that the job was done. By the way they reacted in such a poor manner, I think they thought there was no way. They got too complacent. And Kai Havertz fouled Kyle Walker. That's a great recovery run by Walker. 39 minutes played now in London. Yeah, right. Yeah, the Spanish can be arrogant too. Well, I guess it depends what time period we're talking about, but I mean, yeah, the French, I don't know. I mean, yeah, they were a little arrogant. I think complacent's a better word in that game. Um, but it's that's what football's all about. No, I think TG he's saying over there in England with Man U. No, I don't think anything's denying that he's great for France, but with Man United, it's a whole nother story. I think that's what Ben means. Here is Declan Rice. Oh yeah, Pogba had a great tournament. 40th minute of play, 0-0. Harry Kane trying to play through Calvin Phillips, just a little bit too much weight on the pass, and Manuel Neuer is there. Yeah, because Ben lives in England, TG. He's from England, so that's what he means by over here. Here's John Stones. Now Walker. Will both teams be in a scoreless deadlock heading into the locker room at halftime, or will there be a late first half goal? Raheem Sterling battling for possession, but it's won by Matthias Ginter. And now here's Manuel Neuer. Neuer up the sideline. Header won by Maguire. Kimmich kept it in play. But now it's controlled by John Stones. Time running out in the opening half of play from Wembley Stadium. Now it's Kyle Walker on the ball. Walker goes wide, and Phillips will save it. Just barely. Now move to the near side of the pitch. Harry Kane taking off. Was he fouled? Yes. Leon Goretzka clipped Harry Kane. A free kick awarded to the English. Yeah, Ben. I don't know what's up with Pogba at Man United. I really don't. But yeah, it's been a rough time at Old Trafford for him. David Beckham, unsurprisingly, in attendance for this one at Wembley. Manuel Neuer will set up his wall. 3 on the wall for Germany. 2 minutes left until first half stoppage time. The English fans on their feet if they weren't already. Trippier delivers. And the header is away by Mats Hummels. Harry Kane was right on the back of Hummels, looking to get on the end of that service. It will be an England corner kick. Yeah, Pogba was brilliant at Juve. And then, he's really inconsistent at Man U. As you say, once in a while he'll perform well, and then he'll go back to being a no-show. The in-swinging cross comes out on the far side, and it's kept in play by Robin Gosens. We'll come all the way back to Jordan Pickford in the end. That's settled by Calvin Phillips. Advantage played. England retained possession. It's lofted ahead for Bukayo Saka, and it was last off of him, according to the assistant referee. Throw-in awarded to the Germans. Well, we're into the final stages of the first half, and we're still scoreless in this round of 16 matchup. And a heavy challenge there, and it will be worthy of a yellow card. Calvin Phillips will be booked. He committed a foul earlier, and he was walking a thin line, and that is the tipping point for the referee. Oh, yeah, that's a brutal challenge on Toni Kroos. Yep, the studs were up. That is undoubtedly a yellow card. As we reach the 45th minute and await the word on stoppage time. What are you saying, Rohan? Kane or Lewandowski goal what? I don't understand the question. I apologize. Who would I rather have? If that's what you're asking, I'd say Lewandowski, but I don't think that's the question. I'm not sure what you're asking is. Germany are in possession. Oh, so he does mean Kane or Lewandowski. Who would I rather have? Okay, got it. Thank you for that, TG. As this takes a massive deflection, Harry Kane was in on goal, but it's last-ditch defending. Mats Hummels comes in to save the day for Germany and somehow keep England off the board. And now here come Germany the other way. By the way, we've finally got the word that there's being 1 minute added on, but we've already played 90 seconds of stoppage time. Perhaps one last chance before the first half ends, or perhaps not, because there is the whistle signaling the end of the opening half from Wembley. What a chance for Harry Kane at the depth of the first half. Just a brilliant chance. It was a fortunate deflection that landed right into the path of Kane. And it was actually a really good first touch from Kane to get around Neuer, but then Hummels does a brilliant job of getting back and clearing that one away, or else it would have been a goal for Harry Kane. But yeah, I'd take Lewandowski, Rohan. Kane has had some injury concerns, and I really like Harry Kane, I do, but I think Lewandowski can be more lethal, I think, and that's why I take him. Yeah, but they're both fantastic strikers, no doubt. So we're at the half. The best chance came at the very end of those opening 45 minutes. England on the verge of the opening goal, but Mats Hummels saves the day for Germany, and it remains 0-0 inside Wembley. Yeah, that's a fair point, TG. That is a fair point. I definitely see what you're saying. After the break, I will be bringing you the halftime report. It's been a fantastic atmosphere inside Wembley Stadium. I mean, it wasn't very poor from him. No, not really. Because he had to get around Neuer. I mean, perhaps the touch was a bit too heavy, but he did what he had to do. That's great defending, in my opinion, from Hummels. I mean, perhaps it was a bit too heavy of a touch, but Kane, he purposely did that because he was trying to get around Neuer. That was the only way he was going to score from that angle. But I don't know. As we enter halftime, I'll step aside for a quick moment. No score in London between England and Germany. Welcome into the halftime report, everybody. Yeah, I mean, I suppose TG. I don't know though if he because Neuer closed him down right away. Um, I mean, perhaps he could have taken the shot. I just don't know if I don't really blame him for trying to get around Neuer. Maybe I'm wrong in saying that, but we'll see. I'll see the highlights here at halftime. Yeah, as you say, Ben, definitely a predictable score line. And despite there being no goals yet, there were some highlights in that first half. And in the 16th minute, it would be a real good chance. Raheem Sterling's curling effort with his right foot from a ways out, saved by Neuer. Neuer doing a real good job getting over and making the stop. An excellent save by the German keeper on a good effort from Sterling, who has the only 2 goals for England in this tournament. Then in the 27th minute, England would have another pretty good chance. A great service from the right side by Trippier, but Maguire a little bit off balance on the header, couldn't put it on target. And then Timo Werner with a great opportunity in the 32nd minute in on goal. A left-footed strike saved by Pickford. I think you have to give Pickford credit on making the stop. Perhaps Werner could have done a bit better. And then in first half stoppage time, it would be Harry Kane with the chance. Tried to get around the keeper Neuer. He did, but then Hummels came in. And yeah, I suppose you're right, TG. Perhaps he could have shot that. Looking back on the replay, I didn't realize. I thought he was a bit closer when he took that touch. Yeah, but Harry Kane will be scratching his head after that chance that he couldn't put away. Pretty even first half overall. The possession, 52 to 48% England. The shots 3 apiece, and the score 0-0. So all to play for here in the second half coming up. Yes, thank you, Bargoff, for joining the broadcast. Yeah, I mean, there's been chances. Even Werner for Germany, he had a real good opportunity. It's not like it's been a boring first half. There were some dry spells, but there's been opportunities for both teams, and I don't really get the sense that either team will be in the mood to, play extra time. I don't think you ever want to go to extra time. So I feel like in the second half, both teams will go after. I feel like we're going to get at least a goal in the second half. I wouldn't be shocked if it was 0-0 after 90 minutes. But I'd be a bit surprised. I just feel like there's a goal or goals coming in the second half. We'll see if I'm right, but we're scoreless after 45 minutes of play from Wembley. The halftime report continues after this quick break. Welcome back into the halftime report, everybody. And yeah, I agree with you, Bargov and TG. Both Grealish and Sancho, I think, or at least one of them, should be playing in a game like this, especially Sancho. As you say, playing in the Bundesliga, he knows a lot of these German players, which you'd think would give him an advantage. And I'm not sure why Gareth Southgate wouldn't pounce on that opportunity to play him. Never mind the fact that he's a great player as well. One of England's best, in my opinion. But that's another story for another day. We're scoreless at the break. Of course, we're coming off of a day where the Euros did not disappoint in the slightest. An epic day yesterday, and that will set the stage for the quarterfinals, which will begin on Friday. When it comes to news and notes around the Euro 2020, Frank de Boer has resigned as Netherlands head coach. So de Boer out at Holland. De Bruyne and Eden Hazard are questionable. Roberto Martinez says we are running up against time and it is very difficult to see them fully fit. And Simon Kjær, with a leg injury for Denmark, should be available for selection on Saturday against the Czech Republic. So Kjær, the leader of that Denmark team, should play on Saturday in Denmark's quarterfinal. So those are some news and notes around the tournament. Meanwhile, after the break, it's back to Wembley Stadium in London, where we'll have a second half kickoff between England and Germany. Scoreless at the break. Oh, they're out, TG? Well, on the broadcast that I'm on TV, it just said they are questionable. So ESPN here in the U.S., they broadcast the Euro games, and they just said they were questionable. That's what they put up on the screen. I was just reading what they were saying, but maybe you're right, TG. I'll be back after a break. The second half is next from Wembley. Stay tuned. We are set to kick off the second half from London. Oh, you read somewhere that Martinez said they won't risk them. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure, TG. I mean, I don't know. I think ESPN would, provide truthful information, but maybe wherever you read that, they're right. They could be wrong. I'm not sure, but by the looks of it, it is seeming like Hazard and De Bruyne will be unlikely to play at Italy, but apparently they haven't been completely ruled out yet. So we'll see about that. That, of course, will be coming on Friday, Belgium's quarterfinal game against Italy. We are off and running in the second half, meanwhile. Scoreless between England and Germany. Here's Calvin Phillips. He finds Kieran Trippier. And a poor pass out for a goal kick. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Much appreciated, as always. If you do enjoy the broadcast, make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe. That would be greatly appreciated. Rudiger sends it ahead for Germany. Now controlled by Kyle Walker. Walker looking for Saka, but the pass off the mark. And once more, a goal kick for the Germans. What's going on, Niraj? I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I am well. Thanks for asking, and thanks for tuning in. I'm doing very good. I've been enjoying the Euros, although I'm sad that Portugal are out. I'm sad they lost to Belgium on Sunday. My dad's from Portugal, so now I've got no team to root for the rest of the tournament, but I'm just a big soccer fan in general, so just enjoying the tournament. It's been a fun tournament so far, and it's only going to get better as we get to the quarterfinal stage later this week. Here's John Stones. Stones to Maguire. Okay, got it. It's pronounced as Nurge. Okay. Is that right? Nurge? Okay. Thank you for that correction. You're from India. Awesome. Yeah, we've got a couple of people that tune into my streams from India. So I appreciate you guys supporting my streams from basically halfway around the globe. Yeah, I'm from the United States of America. Here's Havertz. Here's Kimmich to Kroos. Flicked ahead. Miller heads it down. And here comes the cross. The strike now. And the save was made. Nicely done by Jordan Pickford. Never heard of who, Rohan? What do you mean, Rohan? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Yeah, that shot was going in, it looks like. And an excellent stop made by Pickford. Here comes the corner. And Goretzka was trying to get a header at the near post. But out it goes on the far side for a Germany throw-in. I know, it certainly felt that way. Somehow this remains goalless. Early second half. That's lost by Luke Shaw. Just like at the very beginning of the first half, we're seeing we're seeing Germany have a strong start to the second half. Oh, I see, Rohan. Sorry. I'm not latching on to, I guess I have no sense of humor today. I got you. Yeah, that was a good shot from Havertz. It was. But a quick reaction save made by Jordan Pickford. This goes back to Manuel Neuer. 50th minute of play. And that's out of bounds for an England throw-in. Yeah, going back to that shot from Havertz. Had plenty of pace. And yeah, I think that was going in. And the left hand of Pickford got a piece of that ball. A great stop by the English keeper to keep this a scoreless game. Kane across the pitch for Trippier. Now it's Sent forward towards Walker. Off of Rudiger, it will be an England throw-in. The England fans making plenty of noise as Kyle Walker will take the throw-in. It's going to be a long throw, this. Right to the edge of the 6, but Germany were prepared. Out it comes, and now in the opposite direction, it's Kai Havertz taken down. A clean tackle, according to the Dutch referee. And now on the far side of the pitch, it's Raheem Sterling. What a move by Sterling. He's still going on his right foot. Sterling looking for Kane, but it's given away. And after a bit of individual brilliance, Sterling ultimately loses possession. England have it back, though. This is Luke Shaw. Now Harry Kane trying to play through Sterling, but in his way was Matthias Ginter. Yeah, credit definitely has to go to England's goalkeeper. That was a great stop. Oh, is that right, TG? You've been to the USA. That's awesome. For a competition, you had a very tight schedule and couldn't explore Michigan that much. Okay, I reside in Massachusetts, so yeah, the northeastern part of the USA. I've been to Michigan once. Yeah. Yeah, so Massachusetts is probably like 12, 14-hour drive from Michigan. Obviously, this country is ginormous, so. But, yeah, that's very cool. I didn't know that you've been to the USA before. Yeah, it's a nice country. I really like living here. That's for sure. It's a huge country as well. I mean, I haven't explored so much of it either, as this is a leaping header and now punched away by Pickford. Gosens got a piece of it, but Pickford was able to clear it. Here now is Toni Kroos. Yeah, Ben, I'm sure Southgate will have to make some changes soon to spice things up. Same can be said for Germany. And now it's lost by Kai Havertz. England cleared the midfield, and now Harry Kane has gone down. He's clutching that right knee, and he'll require medical attention. Yeah. Yeah, I know, TG. Yeah, there's in the mainland of the United States, there's 4 different time zones. So like where I live in Massachusetts, just like Michigan, we're in the Eastern time zone, but then we're like 3 hours ahead of California. So like right now it's 1:11 in the afternoon here, but then across the country on the West Coast, it's 10:11 in the morning. California and Oregon, Washington, they're all 3 hours behind. And then of course you also have Alaska and Hawaii, which is, a whole different story. But they're also in different time zones. But that's not part of the mainland. But just the mainland itself of the U.S. has 4 different time zones: Eastern time zone, Central, Mountain, and Pacific time zone. So, yeah, it's wild. I went to California. I'm actually going to California later this summer on vacation. And I went to Southern California a few summers ago, and it's so weird because it's like a 6-hour flight, but you're still in the same country. And it's a 3-hour time difference as well. Yep. Yeah, Bellingham too. He's an option, no doubt. Harry Kane appears to be all right, to the relief of English supporters. And now England will send it back to Germany, who had possession before they played it out due to Kane's injury. 10 minutes played in the second half. 0-0 between England and Germany, the winner to the quarterfinals. Yep. Walker back to Jordan Pickford. Now back it comes to John Stones. Nerds, they're 56 minutes in, so about 35 minutes left plus stoppage time. So still plenty of time left. Here's Raheem Sterling. Sterling still going. Some space opening up for Raheem Sterling. Cutting inside, held it too long. And it's stolen by Rudiger. Yes, thanks, TG. That's correct. Here is Kai Havertz now. Havertz into Timo Werner. Werner onto his left. Couldn't get a shot away. John Stones with some disciplined defending. It will be a German corner kick as they were on the counter. You been to India, Ben? Very good. Yeah, I have not. In fact, Portugal's the only country I've been to outside the U.S. As I mentioned before, I was going to go to England in April of last year, and then COVID happened. COVID hit a month before that, so we had to cancel those plans. But yeah, I'd love to go to many places in Europe. I'd like to go to India, Japan, Australia. There's a lot of places I'd like to go to for sure. Yeah. One day, hopefully, I'll check it out. My uncle's been to India for his work, actually. And thank you, Packets Don't Lie, for tuning in. Yeah, you are correct. I think I saw Rashford getting ready to come onto the pit, to come into the game. Excuse me. Can't talk today. Here is Robin Gosens. Back to Antonio Rudiger. Now it's Joshua Kimmich. Mats Hummels. Havertz finds Kroos. Werner couldn't quite flick that one on to Havertz. Oh, cool, TG. Yep. This is now back to Jordan Pickford. And nearly getting to that ball was Saka. But sliding in at the right moment was Ginter. And now Bukayo Saka is down for England. And Rudiger will blast it out of play. Oh, yes, that's a good question, Nurge. That's actually, that certificate is actually for sports broadcasting, for basically what I do. Yeah, I had an internship with this website called Sportscaster, and they awarded me that certificate for my fantastic work. I was actually their very first intern. So, yeah, that was back in 2019, actually. So yeah, it's basically a certificate for my excellent work, commentating games, talking about sports on their platform, because I was a part of a show as well. So yeah, it's not the best background that I have, because there's a lot of space behind me. This is my basement studio, basically, I like to call it. So it was pretty dull without, anything up above the framed soccer ball. So I decided to put that. But I know it's kind of lame, but it is what it is. I know it's a soccer-centric backdrop. mainly because my dad he collects all those scarves and then those whatever you call those in the back wall, um because he coached college soccer and he'd go on trips with his team actually. They went to Spain, Portugal, and Argentina. So yeah, this is all of his stuff. That's his tactical board up on the wall too. Uh, so yeah, I mean, I love soccer, but I also love a bunch of other sports too. I'm a big Boston sports fan since I live in Massachusetts, and so I've got Boston sports stuff on that side, which is not uh, in the picture, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm just a big sports fanatic all around. Not really, Fernando. No, I never really got into video games, to be honest. I tried some sports games like FIFA, Madden, NBA, 2K, NHL. I just don't find it that entertaining. My brother plays, but FIFA and stuff. But I'd rather watch and play, and actually play the game rather than playing the video game. I don't know. It's okay. I just never really found it that entertaining. I know some people love it, and that's how they get into soccer and stuff. As this ball is whipped in, and that's handled by Neuer. Definitely TG. I'll definitely remember you guys. That's my plan. I'm trying to pursue a sports broadcasting career and start from a young age. I've been doing this for a while. I mean, even back when I was little, I'd have a voice recorder calling games. And then I used to, on that another platform called Sportscaster, that's where I used to call games before I transferred over to YouTube for a larger audience, YouTube and Twitch. So yeah, I really like doing it. And then I do games for my school too, which is really fun. Good experience, on the headset and doing some live TV, getting some experience in that department, doing player interviews and stuff like that. 63rd minute of play. We're awaiting the opening goal of this game still. A reminder that the round of 16 concludes later today, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, when Sweden and Ukraine face off. Yeah, the game's been a little bit dull for a few minutes now. It has. Hopefully that changes soon. Here's Mats Hummels. Now Antonio Rudiger. '64th minute of play. Hummels again. Germany content at the moment with some sustained possession. Now they'll go forward. Werner leaves it for Muller. Out wide with Havertz. Havertz on the left side. Defended by Trippier. Back it comes to Rudiger. Once again, Havertz. Now forward to Werner, who put it in a dangerous area, but cleared away. And now the opposite way, it's Raheem Sterling. Sterling tripped up, and it will be a foul called against Toni Kroos, who seems to be in complete disagreement with the decision. But looking at the replay, I'm not sure he can complain too much about that. Hmm. Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of kids my age are into video games a lot. I don't know. I never really caught on. That's a hard question to answer. It's a good question, but a hard one to answer, Michael. If I could become an announcer for any one sports team, which would it be? That's just really tough. Uh, I don't know. Because I'd love to be an announcer for pretty much any Boston sports team. That would be fantastic. Um, being the voice of the United States men's national team would be fantastic too. That's tough. Put me on the spot like that. That's so tough to answer. Um, yeah, I'm not sure, Michael. I know that's a disappointing answer, but yeah, one of the Boston sports teams or the U.S. men's national team, that would be great. But oh, I've got water. I had water at halftime, nerds. Don't worry, don't worry. My voice is good to go. It's the C's, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it would be great to be the voice of the Celtics, no doubt. That would be fantastic. Yeah, exactly, TG. Yeah, it's your last year in school. Yeah, I don't know how schooling works in India. Here in the USA, we have. Oh, this is a dangerous ball in, but Pickford's there. We have elementary school, then middle school, and then high school. So you do 4 years in high school. So I've got one more year of high school left, and then I'll be heading to college for another 4 years, ideally. Um, so yeah, but yeah, it's definitely. I just had junior year of high school, so but I got out of school a week ago, so I'm on summer break. That's why I'm able to do more games. Because at the start of the Euros, I was in school for like 2 out of the 3 games each day. I was only home for like the last game. This is now sent ahead for Bukayo Saka. He can't get there. And a goal kick to Germany. 3/4 through the match. And it looks like our first substitution of the game will take place. Serge Gnabry will come on for Timo Werner. Oh, really, TG? Okay, good, cool. Yeah, no, you don't have to get into the nitty-gritty details. I know it's completely different because the U.S., their education system is, it's just different from what I understand. Yeah, it looks like England are now making a change as well. Bukayo Saka, his night has come to an end. And he'll be replaced by Jack Grealish. So there's Grealish. I think English fans will be happy to see him come on. And so those are the first changes of the match for both sides. Remember, you do get 5 substitutions in regulation. Leaping header won by Phillips, but now sent away by Rudiger. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Got it. Cool. And after that, you have college. Yeah, yeah. So it is similar. It is similar. Yeah, let's just focus on football indeed. Yeah, we'll see if there's some Grealish magic for England. Just over 20 minutes remaining. The score still tied at 0. This is Grealish on the ball. And he'll be whistled for a foul. Yep, came through late on Kai Havertz. Mats Hummels has it. Now Kroos. Kroos goes wide. Hummels again. A very anxious crowd inside Wembley. Header won by Stones. Now Calvin Phillips will feed it to Sterling. Back to Phillips. Sterling again. On the sideline is Trippier, and that's a poor pass into the middle. No one there for England, but Germany give it right back. This is held by Trippier. And that was a late tackle from Gosens. Robin Gosens will be shown a yellow. So a yellow card to Gosens. That's the fourth booking of the game, 2 for each team. They've all been yellow cards. TG, I am in 71:33 right now. Yep, 71:35. That's what my clock is reading right now, the scoreboard. Yes, Fernando, I will be broadcasting Gold Cup matches. I can't wait for Gold Cup. I know it's not going to be the A team for the U.S. or Mexico for that matter, but I still can't wait for the Gold Cup. I'm glad it doesn't really overlap with the Euros. So, yes, looking forward to Gold Cup matches. I'll definitely be trying to cover all the U.S. matches and certainly a lot of other matches as well. Certainly, some Mexico games, Costa Rica, Canada. I'll try to do as many games as I can in the Gold Cup because I really enjoy the competition because it is CONCACAF. It is, I'm a USA fan, so it is our regional tournament. So, yes, I will be doing Gold Cup matches, and that's just around the corner now. Gold Cup gets underway in about a week and a half. You're only 30 seconds behind me? Okay. Meanwhile, Kieran Trippier is down for England. It's not looking too promising. Tyrone Mings warming up on the sideline in case Trippier is forced to exit. He'll have his left leg stretched out. About 17 minutes left plus stoppage time, Nerge. Trippier having that left leg stretched out. You can tell how anxious the England fans are in attendance. And I'm sure the German fans are just as nervous at this point. It should be quite the ending in Wembley. So it looks like Trippier will be able to carry on. But for now, England will play down a man before Trippier is waved back onto the pitch. That's one in the middle by Calvin Phillips. But Grealish unable to bring it down. It will be a German throw. There's just been a lack of creativity in this match from both teams, really. Here's Harry Maguire now. Ahead for Grealish. Grealish under pressure. But England keep possession. This is Kyle Walker. Ahead for Sterling. Sterling through tight space. Ahead for Kane, edge of the box. Kane off to Grealish. Now it's sent in. Sterling's there. England have scored in the 75th minute. Who else but Raheem Sterling? England 1, Germany 0. The breakthrough goal has come at last. And it's the man who's now scored all 3 goals for England this tournament, Raheem Sterling, who pulls through. An absolute delight as Wembley erupts. Well, this was really nice combination play by England, a very well-worked goal. And working down that left side, the cross was perfect. Put on a platter for Raheem Sterling. And it looked like everyone was onside here. Luke Shaw into Sterling. Great near post run. And the one-time finish puts England in front. Well, what a tournament Sterling's having. He had never scored a tournament goal for England heading into these Euros. And now he's scored 3 for England. He's the only goal scorer for England in this tournament. Pure delight on the face of English supporters. And now can they hold on? That's the question. 1-0, England on top. And really, all credit to Sterling here. The chance was started by him and finished by him. Beautifully done. Thank you, Badger, for tuning in over on Twitch. Yeah, it might be enough indeed. It might be enough. Sterling delivers in the 75th minute. And now what do we have here? A free kick awarded to Germany from just outside the box. This game still has time left for Germany. Maguire shown a yellow card. About 13 minutes left, Nerge, until stoppage time. Yeah, I guess people do have to stop questioning Sterling. I will admit, I've been a critic of him for a while, but he has definitely silenced that criticism in this tournament. Yeah, we could have more drama on the way. We'll see, Badger. Yep, Southgate certainly will park the bus now. England will just try and hold on for the victory. Havertz, Kroos, and Muller all over the ball. Muller strikes, and the wall does its job. England's wall blocks that effort from Muller. Knocked out a play by Sterling for a Germany throw-in, and Wembley has come alive. The England fans are going absolutely crazy now, but they can't celebrate quite yet. There's still time. I mean, some would say it's a hot take, Michael, but this tournament, I mean, Sterling's been lighting it up. Harry Kane found Jack Grealish. Grealish laid it out wide to Shaw on a perfectly placed cross. Sterling with the finish. And could that turn into the game-winning goal for England? Yeah, from what I heard, Badger, the attendance is 45,000. Yep. Sterling notching his 3rd goal in 4 matches these Euros. Great work in the midfield by Declan Rice. Now Trippier lofts this one down the sideline. Rudiger shielding this one out to win a throw-in. Yeah, Muller's playing. He hasn't been on the ball much, TG. But yes, Muller has played the whole game. 80th minute of play. 10 minutes plus stoppage time to go. It'll probably be 10 very long minutes for England as they try and hold on. Germany supporters, meanwhile, praying for an equalizer. John Stones lofts it forward. Back it comes to Phillips in the midfield. Now Grealish into Kane. Kane finds Rice. Declan Rice has time and space. Lays it ahead for Kane in the box. Back out to Sterling, the goal scorer. And that's a poor back pass. And Germany could be off to the races. Havertz unleashes Thomas Müller. Müller's in on goal, and Müller's put it wide. How has he done that? Thomas Müller with a chance he'd like to have back. Raheem Sterling, the goal scorer and England's best player this tournament, with a horrible pass. And it led to an unbelievable chance for Thomas Müller. I don't know how he missed that, Badger. A horrible miss, really. He has to put it on target. What an opportunity. He had a lot of the goal to aim for. Now they're showing the camera angle from behind Sterling. He was so relieved when he saw that ball went wide. Sterling let off the hook there. That was an unbelievable chance. A huge let-off for England. It could be and probably should be 1-1. The possession, 57 to 43% Germany in this game. Total attempts, 4-1 Germany. Here's Serge Gnabry, the sub. Gnabry lost it. Now it's Grealish, back to Phillips. Phillips finds Maguire. Pickford takes a touch and now sends it upfield. Header flicked on by Grealish. And this is chased down by Ginter. Ginter to Neuer. Passes out wide. England with the press. And that's given away up the middle by Neuer. Here's Sterling. Great challenge that. From Gosens, and now Sterling offside. Oh, wow, that is a great stat right there, TG. What a chance he just had moments ago. And it looks like Emre Can is set to enter for Germany. And it appears as though England are also set to make a change. Can't quite make out who that is getting set to come on, but I will let you know in a moment's notice. 83 minutes in the books. Germany trailing by 1. An epic ending at Wembley. This is headed forward, but too far ahead for Havertz to chase down. And Pickford falls on the ball. Yeah, I know, Michael. I know. That's just a bad miss. You expect, a guy like Thomas Müller to put that away without a doubt as well. Yeah, that was a bad miss in a big moment too. There's still the time left, however, for the Germans. Here is Mats Hummels. Hummels again. Wide it goes to Müller. Müller holds. And Gnabry with a poor pass. Harry Kane breaking out the other way. Kane has Sterling and Rice to his right. Grealish on his left. He'll lay it out wide for Sterling. Back it comes to Kieran Trippier. And now England will send it all the way back to Pickford. 85th minute. That's one back by the Germans. Robin Gosens the steal. Meanwhile, down for England is Declan Rice. He's slow to his feet. This is Luke Shaw with the takeaway. Shaw into Jack Grealish. Grealish in for Kane. He scores, and surely England are moving on. Harry Kane with the header. 2-0 England. And will that secure their place in the quarterfinals? You surely have to think so. England have just become clinical here in the final quarter of an hour. And finally, Harry Kane gets off the mark. A goal scorer other than Sterling. And Kane was due for a goal sooner rather than later. It was turned over by the Germans in the midfield. Luke Shaw found Grealish. Grealish delivering the cross. And Kane with the header left unmarked. Directly in front of goal. Now there will be a question as to whether or not Kane was onside. It appeared from the first replay that he was level, but of course it will be checked. But as of right now, it's England 2, Germany 0. As happy as England are, you have to think they're relieved in a way as they look to rewrite history against a team that they've struggled against, historically speaking, in big matches. And Thomas Müller putting his hands to his face. He knows that he missed a golden opportunity moments ago. And now the Germans in a 2-goal hole. Wow. And so England will make another substitution here. Jordan Henderson in to replace Declan Rice. Just the second change made by England. Germany have only made one change, on the other hand. Will Jurgen Löw be questioned for that? Yep, Germany lost all their momentum indeed. And Germany will actually make their second change here. Emre Can in for Matthias Ginter. And they'll actually make two changes. Also into the game is Sane. He comes on for Gosens. Yep, that is the dangerous Kane we know, and that is why you start Grealish as well. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, it is true, Michael. Saka did have a good match against the Czech Republic. That is a fair point. Sterling in the 75th minute, Kane in the 86th, and Germany in a dire situation now. Here's Leroy Sané. Yeah, Sane definitely could have started. He had a poor performance against Hungary, so I think that's a big reason why he was on the bench for the most of this game. But in hindsight, maybe he should have started. Here's Antonio Rudiger. Rudiger lofts one into the box, cleared by England. They have everyone behind the ball, to no one's surprise. Now it's Toni Kroos. Another ball floated in. Shaw with the clearing header. Now it's settled by Emre Can. On the right wing, here's a cross. It comes all the way to Leroy Sané. Sané, patient. Chips one in. Here's a chance. Miss hit by Leon Goretzka. Or nope, that was Kai Havertz. Pardon. And it goes out of play for an England goal kick. The few German fans in attendance with disappointed looks. Yeah, I know. I don't. No. This was going to be the format TG even before COVID. They were going to have the Euros in all these different cities, so that was their plan even before COVID. There'll be 4 minutes added on to the second half. I don't know why they did that. Uh, yeah, in my opinion, tournaments should be held in a single country. There should be one host country. That's what makes it so cool. It's just holding it around the whole continent. I mean, it's just weird, in my opinion. As this is a bouncing ball, Goretzka heads it down. No, they haven't, Fernando. They have not been in the same German team since the 2014 World Cup, and Havertz couldn't get on the end of that ball. 3 minutes left in stoppage time. There's being 4 minutes added on, Nurge. Yep. Yeah, that is right, TG. The semifinals and final will also be at Wembley. Yep. And now Germany will make one final change. Jamal Musiala, the really good youngster, will come on for Thomas Müller. Musiala, who impressed at Bayern Munich this past season. Absolute despair for the Germans. It just hasn't been their evening. And England delivered when they needed to the most in the late stages of this match. Oh, I see what you're saying, TG. Really, there were many stadiums? I thought there were only like 2 or 3 that had to back out. But you could be right. I thought there were only like 2 to 3. It was Athletic Bilbao, Ireland, and maybe one other stadium that backed out. But for the most part, I think the sites that they're using this tournament were pretty much, for the most part, the ones they already had planned. As that ball is handled by Pickford. Yeah, I just think that's silly, Michael. I think that's silly. I don't get the point of having these teams travel across the continent. Well, some of them anyways. And then like half the teams in the tournament have home field advantage. And the best part about major tournaments is that it's in one host country. So like that's the place to be, because there's not like one destination for this tournament. It's kind of all over the continent. That's just my opinion. It's just weird how UEFA decided to have it in a bunch of different cities, spanning from London to Baku. Yeah, this is headed up by Calvin Phillips. And now last touch by Henderson. A quick throw in taken by Mats Hummels. 30 seconds left. Neuer all the way up into England's half. Headed away by Maguire. Now back to Rudiger. 15 seconds left. Neuer blasts one forward again. Headed into the air by Stones. Sané. And now settled by Chan. The final whistle coming any moment. Played deep. Lofted into the air by Sané. England clear, and that will do it. It's all over at Wembley Stadium. England 2, Germany 0, and England are moving on to the quarterfinals of UEFA Euro 2020. After heartbreak against Germany in past tournaments, they get the job done. As Raheem Sterling and Harry Kane both score in the final 15 minutes to see England through to the next round, and Germany are knocked out. I appreciate that greatly, Ben, and congratulations on England moving on as Wembley rejoices in jubilation. And all 3 teams from the group of death have been eliminated in the round of 16. Portugal, France, and Germany are all going home in the first round of the knockout stages. Wow. Sounds great, TG. It was a pleasure having you tune in. Greatly appreciate it, man. And yeah, I'll see you for the quarterfinals. Sounds great. I do plan to be on the call for Belgium, Italy on Friday. That's the day before I leave for vacation. I might be able to do some games while I'm on vacation. I'll see. Thank you very much, Michael. I enjoyed your company. I'm glad you enjoyed the call. It was definitely not thrilling in the way that yesterday's games were, but it was an entertaining ending as England pull through. And hey, England have not conceded in this tournament yet. 4 shutouts so far for the English. And they move on with a 2-0 victory as they applaud their fans. And now in the quarterfinals, England will have their 1 game away from Wembley. I believe they're heading to Rome. And then if they win that, it'll be back to Wembley for the semifinals and then possibly the finals. So it seems all lined up for England, but there's been some crazy things in this tournament at the same time. So don't hold your breath. But England, knock out Germany. I'll see you, Rohan. I'll see you, everyone who tuned into the broadcast. Have a great rest of your day, folks. England 2, Germany 0. Germany bow out in the round of 16. England are advancing to the quarterfinals of Euro 2020.